Good morning, and smash the like button. I think my favorite part of this whole show has become the chat that starts about 3 minutes before the show, because this is incredible, and I think I have a new segment for this show ready. So I think at some point during this week, well, not this week, but a week, every week, we need to do like absurd stories that we just find. Like I'm reading this one about this Shiba Inu, where this kid or man, I don't really know, he invested, he bought like 1 trillion coins or something in 2020, and now he spent $8,000, and now he has like $5.7 billion. We're talking about Tesla in here right now. It's pretty damn funny. EVs are disruptive. So somebody said, how can Ford just keep being parabolic? Well, they should be at least 100 times more valuable than they are if they make an EV. And somebody said that Tesla is going to start doing military vehicles. The number one thing that I want when I'm in the middle of the desert being shot at by terrorists is to have to plug in my EV while I'm running through the 100-degree weather and getting run at. And then somebody else said something great in here. Oh, I don't know if this is true. I just went to Hertz's Twitter page, and I can't find anything. But we're going to talk about what's happening with Hertz and Tesla. They said that they're already taking deliveries of the Teslas. Elon said they haven't even signed a contract, so the saga continues. But anyways, Fed meets today, the start of their meeting. Futures are where they is, and yeah, okay. I think I like silly story something. I mean, we got it. The news that's out there today. There's a story I read. It said, it was funny. It was from Barron's, and it said, we need to start eating less beef so that we can, because it's more eco-friendly. I make the argument that the more cows that you slaughter, the less they fart, the less methane gas that comes out, the better it is for the environment. Then this current administration came out and said they want to start watching methane gas and putting regulations on methane gas. I think I just solved it for everybody. I don't know. But these stories are incredible. We have to just start looking at them. Squid Game's based crypto collapsed in a $3 million scam. This is epic. All right. Enough of that. Let's do some serious stories out there for today. Let's start with Zillow. So I'm telling you guys right now, our investor friend Gary Mashuris, and follow him on YouTube, he always says, do you think, when you're looking at an investment, do you think that this company will be around in 5 years? When I look at Zillow, I think they might have bit off more than they could chew right here. I actually could foresee Zillow going away and probably being acquired by somebody else, but Zillow seeks to sell 7,000 homes for $2.8 billion after flipping halt. So we found out that about 50% of their revenue is coming from house flipping. So they're looking to get rid of 7,000 homes, and they've been buying like crazy this year, and we all know how overvalued this market is. The company is seeking roughly $2.8 billion for houses, which are being pitched to institutional investors. The move to offload the homes comes with Zillow seeking to recover from an operational stumble that saw it buy too many homes, and now many are being listed for more than they can pay. Yeah, Redfin is better, and what's better than both of them, I think, is Realtor.com. The nice thing about Realtor.com, and I don't know, I don't really use Redfin, but I know on Zillow, you can't search neighborhoods. So if I want to search like the Gulch in Nashville, you can't just search the Gulch. You have to just search Nashville in Zillow, but you can do it on Realtor.com. If you want to search something, a specific neighborhood, you can find it just in the search tab on Realtor.com, and Zillow you can. The company acquired roughly 8,000 homes in the third quarter, according to an estimate by real estate strategist, this guy. Zillow shares dropped 8.6%. Guys, keep a watch on this. It's dropped 22% this year through Friday after nearly tripling in 2020. I'm telling you right now, please watch Zillow short. I am not convinced that this is not the end of them. Zillow recently said it would stop making new offers on home flipping operations for the remainder of this year, though it's going to continue to close on the ones that are already under contract. I think they leaned into home price appreciation at exactly the wrong moment, says an analyst from KeyBank. So very interesting. Zillow broke the number one rule: don't get high off your own supply. That's funny. Yeah, I think Zillow royally screwed up here, and that is what it is. All right, next. Rivian. Rivian's going public, and they're trying to raise over $8 billion. It's going to be the fourth largest raising of funds for an IPO ever, I think. Is it? No, third largest ever. So Rivian is backed by Amazon. Amazon owns a 20% stake in them. And they want a valuation. They're going to go public at a valuation of $53 billion, which is pretty much as valuable as Honda. So a company with 0 cars is going to be as valuable as Honda. Okay. The startup is looking to raise $8.4 billion, setting up the third largest offering in the past decade. Alibaba raised $25 billion. Facebook/Meta, $16 billion, and Uber made $8.1 billion. And Uber's just crushing it. Rivian disclosed a nearly $1 billion loss for the first half of this year. That, to me, screams $53 billion valuation. It's currently pursuing a 2-track strategy, building electric delivery vans for Amazon and developing an electric pickup and SUV aimed at affluent individuals. Amazon disclosed a 20% stake in Rivian at the end of the quarter, has ordered 100,000 vehicles for delivery, etc. This story is boring me. Next. What NIO's terrible month means for Tesla. Can I explain something to you guys? How many cars did Tesla deliver this year so far? Why don't we just look that up so I can just say it? How many cars has Tesla? What do we want to say? Sold or delivered? Delivered in 2021. And somebody can probably give me the answer. 200. Okay, so we're going to go with this. We're going to go with this number, 241,300. Now let's go back to the story. NIO reported a horrible month, delivering less than 3,700 cars in October and had delivered 10,628 in September. NIO is a pimple on Tesla's ass. That's exactly what they are. So people that think that NIO ramping up delivery and delivering 11,000 cars at this point, it's not really, I don't understand why people are getting so upset about this and so worked up. it shouldn't affect Tesla in any way. There's no true competitor to Tesla at this point. There is no true competitor to Tesla in the EV space right now. You could say anything you want. You're wrong. There's nobody that does it. There's literally nobody that does it. So stories like this are just dumb. I don't have anything else to say about that one. Let's get into the Tesla thing. So Tesla sliding, don't just blame Hertz or recalls. Okay, I think that was quarterly. If it was quarterly, even more so. Tesla can't afford, okay, so Tesla's just going up, and it has to do with this Hertz deal that came out. Now, Elon came out and said, if any of this is based off of Hertz, this increased $300 billion valuation, I'd like to emphasize that no contract has been signed. Tesla has far more demand than production. Therefore, we only sell cars to Hertz for the same margin as consumers. Hertz has zero effect on our economics, except for they're just going to get more cars. So just never ends with this company. I am shocked and just completely flabbergasted that a company that just came out of bankruptcy less than 6 months ago is not able to, there's already questions about them being able to sign this deal and buy all these cars. I'm shocked. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this was a lock. Yeah, I mean, this was a disruptive lock. Okay. China locks in 30,000 visitors at Shanghai Disneyland after one guest got COVID-19. We're still doing this. More than 30,000 visitors of the Shanghai Disney park were kept in the gates on Sunday and forced to undergo COVID testing as fireworks exploded above them, and they were getting their nasal swabs. With the guests had to get tested before they left. The shutdown illustrates the lack of control that Disney and other Western firms have in China. The world's largest entertainment company has yet to see park attendance return to pre-pandemic levels. Nobody tested positive at the park except for that one person. But man, that is incredible. I've never heard of something like that. The Fed is in a jam, and that's bad news for investors. So economists, basically what they're expecting for tomorrow, well, today starts the Fed meeting and tomorrow is the announcement. They're expecting that they're going to do a $15 billion reduction in the Treasury and mortgage-backed security purchases and end the taper in July, which is summer of 2022. The biggest question this week is whether the FOMC will continue its quote-unquote transitory language with respect to inflation. Inflation on its transitory case is getting harder to make. Consider employment cost. I mean, you're seeing employment costs go up. I was just talking to the Bearded Wonder in the chat before. He hadn't been around for a long time. And he said that the costs over there in, what's that place called? Phoenix are going up like crazy. And wages are not. He's working 2 full-time jobs now. Acute labor shortage is the root of everything with the shortage. It's just a massive snowball effect. So we're going to see what Jerome Powell comes out and says today. I don't expect to see inflation dropping anytime soon. But yeah, yield rate inversion. Any opinion? Well, let's look at the yields while we're on that topic. Let's see. So the yields are not even close to. I mean, to me, the yield inversion that I look for is the 3-month and the 10-year. We see the 20 and the 30. They inverted, and if you guys don't know, I'll just draw what inversion is because I know there's some new people here. So basically, what these are, let's say you lend your money to the government. So you can lend your money to the government for 90 days, and you'll get a 0.05 return on your assets. If you loan your money to the government for 10 years in a 10-year treasury, you're going to get 1.58% return. So when you have 3-month, whoops, that's wrong. 3-month and 10-year, you should have more confidence in the government. And you should say that if you're going to give your money to the government over a 10-year period, you should get more, like we're seeing right now, than if you gave your money to the government for 3 months. So what happens, and what happened in February of 2020, at some point, you get more for your 3-month yield than your 10-year yield. And that's when the yield curve inverts. And that is exactly when people start to panic. That is when, and if you just look, I think it was February 18th. That's when you started to see your incredible market decline. February 8th. No, hold on. February 18th. Right here. 1.58 and 1.55. So you were getting more money to lend your money to the government for 90 days than you were for 10 years, which is very bad signal. So that is that. Let's go to what's happening today. Zillow reports today after the bell. Why does this mouse keep doing this? Zillow reports after the bell. BP reported before the bell today. Corsair Gaming reported before the bell. Under Armour reported before the bell, and they're up almost 13% right now. That sounds logical. Let's see what we have tomorrow. Roku tomorrow. Norwegian Cruise Line. CBS reports tomorrow. Thursday, Square, Moderna, Nikola, Uber, Rocket Companies, Airbnb, Pinterest. That's a big week. Penn Gaming, Peloton. And Friday, DraftKings, Groupon, Canada Goose, which I had to pull out this morning because it's freaking cold. If you want to join our software, let me go back. You get everything here included in the software, and all of this is starting to come. You actually do get exclusive content. We're just going to pop it on the website pretty soon. If you want to do that, $29 a month gets you full access to that. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation with me, talk trading, get access to my trades that I make, etc. I made one yesterday, and we're still in it today. And from pre-market, looks like it's going pretty good. $79 a month gets you that. Access to the Employee Trader Series, all the Training 101 videos, etc. If you want to join Paul's Super Shorts, $500 a month gets you into that exclusive tier with about 40 people. If you want to do a one-on-one Zoom session with me, $750, 1 hour, talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about trading, we can knock out any issues that you are having in a nice one-on-one session. And if you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time, and you will not end up like Zillow. So send me some stocks. I'm going to start ripping through here and see what you guys have to say, and we'll go from there. Junk bonds have high yield because they have low credit ratings, lower yields. Yep. What does the bell signify? What bell? Hershey's chart. Mitch wants Hershey's. I will do that for you. I should have bought a I don't think the Fast Pass would have worked for you. Carnival has now 85% of its occupancy on its cruises around the Caribbean. Robin, is that true? I don't know. I haven't looked. Now, the one issue, I think, for cruise lines, I think it's twofold. Number one, you have to have full occupancy. Number two, you need to have full occupancy at the prices that you were paying at full price. With all this discount stuff, it's great we're getting people back on the ships, but you got to get them back there at full price payments. All right. I'll join your software if you give me an insight on DNA. What's the deal? All right. You got it. DNA. I'll hold up my end of the deal. You hold up your end of the deal. What in the hell do we have here? All right. So this is a hype stock, no doubt. And it's brand new, and boom, and it's probably going to come back down here into this area. But with that being said, I do not like trading stocks like this, but on a 15-minute chart, because there's just not enough data here. This is all I have. When did this company go public? They went public on April 19th of 2021. So I look at the chart as an entire book, and I have about half the book done right now. So to me, I don't think this is something that you should go and trade from this perspective. I think that you should absolutely go and trade this from a long-term, day trading perspective and go make some money on this. Hershey, the Hershey Company. Mitch, I don't know why you like this so much. So it looks like we're about to roll over here. It is just coming straight down. All right. People are blowing up my phone right now. Don't they know I'm busy? And you're breaking right below the 100-day moving average. So what I would say is, if you wanted to short this, you could probably short this down to the 200, and I would just make sure you have selling volume there. That is all I would wait for. Okay, if this person, Andre, if you type Visa one more time, you know what happens. All right. Same with you, Wilson. Okay, what do we have here? Does the bell mean hype dorks win? Okay. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Somebody give me a stock. VRTX. You got it. VRTX. Okay. So this is actually looking pretty decent. The only thing that you oh, do we have earnings today? Let's just make sure. Okay, so earnings are today, and I assume that they're going to be after the bell since they haven't reported yet. So if they get a good report and they jump up here a little bit, I mean, this thing will likely move into the sweet spot and you can go for it. On this side, if you get an engulfing candlestick today, run this up to the 100-day moving average. And if you break through the 100, run it to 200. This is like looking like a really good stock. I'm rather impressed, whoever came up with this. Next, Oracle, Big Mac. I wonder if this is Mark McGuire watching. Okay, let's see here. Oracle. So this is a point where if you were in Oracle and you caught this incredible run, take profits here because you're just starting to roll over. I'm not saying sell it. I'm just saying take profits. You're in the middle of a snapback. You're just getting a little bit of pullback. No big deal whatsoever. Now, from a volume perspective, I would like to see more volume out of this thing. I would probably see if this thing bounces off the 25 and pops back up, but just be patient with this thing. I wouldn't do anything too crazy. Just wait around and you'll get it. Okay, Spotify. Spotify is the epitome of... so if you guys don't know, Spotify, you stream music, and it just came out that you can stream music, I think it was this year. So they are disruptive as can be. You didn't really have a little big pullback here. So I would foresee this thing coming back down to this 255 range. I wouldn't be surprised to see that because this is a really, really big flagpole pattern. So just keep watching on that one. And I would probably, if I was you, I would probably start to take profits in this range. What was this date? February. Well, yeah. What was this date? So I'm looking at this and saying you're 50%-ish. You're not really 50% if you just box this in. I mean, you are 50%, but you're really not. You've struggled to break through this resistance point of about $300. So I would not be surprised to see this thing come back down here just because of all that resistance that you're facing. What are you using weekly candles on the left? These are daily candles with a weekly stochastic. Good question. Next. Facebook. Meta. All right, so they are starting to make their climb back to greatness, back to disruption. So eventually this thing is going to turn up. I'm pretty confident about that. You're already seeing it on the daily chart move. So it sputtered out at the 25-day moving average yesterday. It'll probably do something like this today. I'm telling you guys, keep a watch on this Facebook. As soon as that yellow line gets in the sweet spot, so probably today if I get an engulfing candlestick like that, I'm probably going to take a position in Facebook from a trading perspective. Okay, Corsair earnings today. Yes, I know. Why do we want to look at this? It didn't do anything. Did they miss? It looks like they missed. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, they missed on revenue. They missed on earnings per share, which really doesn't mean much to me. So keep a watch over here because this looks like it could be a pretty good swing trade. Just be careful of what happens today. That's what we need to do. Just be careful of what happens today. Let it calm down. Maybe take a look at it around 11 o'clock and see what's going on with it and move from there. Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest. So Pinterest reports on Thursday. They're just getting beat down quite a bit. This gap has to fill. So that gap is eventually going to fill. I wouldn't be surprised to see them turn up this way. They were supposed to be, the reason that this happened was because PayPal did not confirm that they were going to buy them. All right, let's see. Michael Jordan, RCL, swing trade. Oh yeah, this is looking good, MJ. You're right in the sweet spot. MJ, this is perfect. If you get, so we're going to open pre-market down here a little bit below yesterday's close. If you get an engulfing candlestick like this, go for it. MJ, can you tag me in the bid and ask and just say, RCL swing trade. This is really good find. Good job. Facebook, open my position at 310. Nice. Oh, Pfizer reports tomorrow. PFE, I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh no, they report today. Was it this morning? Oh, they reported this morning. That's wonderful. All right, so Pfizer's getting a little bump up today, up to here. It was because of all their vaccine sales. So keep a watch down here. If you can get some kind of good run on this and just run this thing up through the sweet spot, you'll probably be able to carry this thing from about $45 to probably $52, somewhere in that range. So get at that one. I like it. I think it's good. Next. Nokia. Days be gone. All right, I'll help you. Just because you phrased it that way and just didn't keep typing V as if I'm frickin' blind. I see all your comments. I am not blind. I'm just ignoring you. With Nokia, I mean, you're terrible here. You're terrible here. Let this thing just completely settle down and go from there. I'm typing in V right now, and it's for Days Be Gone, and it's not for any of you other ones that spam me, because you spam me, you get banned. You might not like the policy, but this is a dictatorship, and I am the dictator. All right, so with Visa, you have a downtrend. I would ignore this from a long-term perspective. I would check it out over here. You've had a pretty big fall. I would let this thing start moving towards the top and get into the sweet spot and try to grab this thing and make a run towards that 200-day moving average. That is exactly what I would do here. I think it's a very good-looking trade, possible trade from a swing trading perspective, but long-term, not right now. Okay, what else do we have? GILD, haven't looked at that one in a while. Gilead Science. Okay, Gilead Science. So I'm zooming out here just because I'm trying to find. So if we just take a look at this, all of this consolidation that happened, this happened in 2019, 2020, and then this happened in the beginning of this year. So, I don't foresee this thing falling any lower unless some crazy bad news comes out. Did they report earnings? I want to see that. When do they report? Did they report today? So they reported. You should be fine here. What I would do is I would just wait for this thing to bottom out and then make a run to the top. If you want to throw a tracker share on this, it's not the worst idea in the world, because this gap has to fill. This gap has to fill. I think this has some pretty good potential. Somebody, why don't you go and throw this into the throw this thing into the tracker share channel and just say Gilead tracker share. I don't mind it. All right, next. All right. T-Mobile, T-Mus. I miss their old CEO, whatever his name was, John something. He was a nut job. All right. So same thing here. I'm just zooming out. I'm looking, and we're at this support level right here. So I'm not surprised here. Now, when they report earnings, did I say Wednesday or Thursday? They report earnings today after the bell. You got to see what they do. Don't trade this thing. See if it bumps up here. See if it bumps down here, and just let it go from there. You got to let earnings happen. Don't be in this thing during earnings. Okay, what else do we have? Why do you put a tracker share versus a great question. Why do you use a tracker share versus putting it on a watch list? Because when I develop a watch list, I probably have like 50 stocks on there. And when there's a company that I really, really, really want to grab, or I see really, really great potential, I will go ahead and throw one share on there, because the one company I just showed you, I don't remember what it was. Let's say it was $65. Literally the worst case scenario is that company goes out of business and you lose $65. Best case, you keep it in your brokerage portfolio that you look at every single day, and every time you see that thing, it's just one share, you just go and check it. Check the chart over and over. And eventually when that thing moves into the sweet spot, you're going to be the one to grab it. So it just is a way of helping you stay focused on a chart, stay focused on a stock, and not missing it or forgetting about it. And that is why you put a tracker share on. But with that being said, tracker share, like this stock, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily put a tracker share on here. It's not just go and put a tracker share on everything. It's put on a tracker share on stocks that really have great potential, that are really about to go. So this one, you're really struggling to get through the 100-day moving average. And if you do get through there, you have resistance just above 31. You have resistance just above that level. There's just so much resistance in here with Dropbox. I don't think, when do they report? They report on the 4th. So I would wait until that and see which way they gap, because more likely than not, Dropbox is probably going to gap. Okay. I know you're not a fan of BINGO, but would you give your insight on that? Sure. Bam. Wow, this is hype stock city. It is just up and then down. And that's exactly what all hype stocks do. So this is when YouTube starts to tell you to buy it. This right here is when Stock Mo tells you to buy it, and then it comes down here. That was a good one. So right now you're just consolidating sideways, and you have been since May, and this is just dead. So what you can try to do if you want is try to get in and go, well, you're gonna gap up here. I would probably just take profits or sell it at the 100-day moving average. That's what I would do. All right. Hi Mo, this name by how do I? Yeah, this is not the time to ask me about value traps, but shoot me a message on the Discord and I'll answer it for you. I got a tracker on FL. That's very good. ARKK. I almost broke my bell with this disruption. So they have had quite the run. Volume is kind of sputtering out a little bit here, but let's see if they can. So they're going to open above their 200-day moving average, so that's wonderful. But you have a lot of resistance right in here, and then you have resistance at 132. So it is looking a little bit 50%-ish too. So here's your 50% area in the middle. I'd just be careful with this one. I would probably take profits going into whatever level it's at right now, and go on from there. I will do one more, and then I'm going to get out of here. Best time. That's a good one. Give me one more, and I will go from there. Teach me to short Robinhood, Mo. So Robinhood's so new. I would just do it from a 15-minute chart. Wow, this is incredible. This is when the whole market told you to buy it. This is when Stock Mo told you to buy it. And here we are back at exactly where we went IPO. And they have crushed their last 2 earnings. Sweet. Now that is a company that I want to put my millions and millions of dollars in. No doubt. All right. Give me a good stock. Oh, let's do UAA and I'll tell you how to play it. Okay, so Under Armour, if you were in this and you were lucky enough to be in this, please take your profits on this, because this thing is going to come back down here. I am telling you right now. Things like this don't go forever, especially a company like this. So it's really tapped out up here. It's gonna fall back down. It's gonna come back down to its 200-day moving average. Especially with this kind of volume, you are gonna have a big influx of selling volume at some point here, because people are gonna start taking their profits and go from there. So just be careful, and that's it. So that's all I got for you today. I'll see you back here tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll make more disruption. And then tomorrow, remember, by the way, guys, because the Fed is speaking today, it's going to be a lighter volume day. So just be a little bit careful out there with what you trade, just because, and keep a watch on the volume. That's going to be very important. So then we'll see tomorrow at 2:30. Oh, really 2. Jerome Powell's going to speak at 2:30, and we're going to see what he's going to say tomorrow as far as tapering, interest rates, all that fun stuff that keeps you coming back here to see what I have to say. Because when I say it, there's nothing left to be said. Peace.